It's Tuesday, August 17. This is the news on PBCJ. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. As Tropical Storm Grace increases in strength and continues to move towards the northern coastline of Jamaica, the Tropical Storm Watch, in effect for the entire island, has been upgraded to a Tropical Storm Warning. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions, including possible sustained wind speeds of 63 to 118 kilometers per hour, are expected to affect Jamaica in 36 hours or less. Tropical Storm Grace is expected to produce 4 to 6 inches of rainfall over Jamaica today as it spreads widespread showers and thunderstorms across the island. Flash flooding and landslides should be expected. Strong gusty winds will also be experienced mainly over northern parishes as the tropical storm moves close to the coast. According to the Met Service, the center of Tropical Storm Grace was at news time located near latitude 18.2 degrees north, longitude 75.4 degrees west, or about 66 miles east of Port Antonio, Jamaica. Maximum sustained winds are now near 40 kilometers per hour with higher gusts, and further strengthening is forecast during the next few days. Tropical storm force winds extended upward 45 miles per hour from the center. On the forecast track, the center of Grace will be moving away from Haiti and closer to the northeastern coast of Jamaica today. Then it's expected to continue westward along the coastline towards the Cayman Islands this afternoon through tonight. The Met Service says sea conditions will continue to deteriorate today, especially north of the island, and marine interests are advised to remain in port until all warning messages have been lifted and sea conditions have returned to normal. The Jamaica Public Service Company Limited, JPS, says some customers may lose power supply depending on severity of the impact of Tropical Storm Grace when it gets to Jamaica. Corporate Communications Director at JPS, Winsome Callum, says her team is closely monitoring the weather system and is preparing to activate its emergency operations. According to JPS, the preparations will facilitate a quick response to any damage to the electricity. Ms. Callum is reminding Jamaicans, though, to make their own preparations and to be patient if they lose power supply. She says workers will not be able to begin restoration until after storm conditions have passed and it is safe for their team members to work. The Health and Wellness Ministry is reporting a positivity rate of 46.1% for COVID-19 cases in Jamaica. Here's the ministry's latest clinical summary.
In the clinical management summary for August 16, 2021, 630 new cases were recorded, pushing that total number of confirmed cases to 59,088. 9 deaths were also reported, pushing that tally to 1,320. The island is now contending with 9,858 active cases. In the parish breakdown, Westmoreland recorded 88 cases, while Clarendon recorded 40, Kingston and St. Andrew recorded 90. St. Ann reported 55 new cases, Hanover 64, and St. Catherine reported 32. Over the last 24 hours, 60 recoveries were reported. That leads to an accumulated 47,540 recoveries. At this time, there are 478 persons hospitalized, with 112 patients showing moderate symptoms, while 35 said to be of critical condition. For the news on PBCJ, I'm Melvin Pennant.
11 youth groups in Jamaica will participate in a youth summit on World Peace Day, Tuesday, September 21 and Wednesday, September 22. They will focus on issues that can advance citizen security in their community and the eradication of crime and violence. The initiative is being done under the United Nations Development Plan, or UNDP's Amplifying Youth Voice and Action project. The group launched the summit recently. Here's a look at the virtual announcement.
We are young women and men of purpose,
called to lead Jamaica.
The Every Mickle Foundation,
Norwood, CDC,
Bullyproof Kids International,
Youth Inspiring Positive Change,
the National Police Youth Club Council,
ICD Youth,
Total Health Services,
Youth for Development Network,
Youth for Excellence Limited.
We represent 10 youth groups innovating and leading solutions on citizen safety and security under UNDP's Amplifying Youth Voice and Action project.
And we also represent Youth for Excellence, a multinational and international award-winning nonprofit organization based in 5 Caribbean countries dedicated to the eradication of education inequity for inner-city youth.
We have joined forces to plan and organize a youth summit based on crime and violence. This will showcase our innovation and our solutions in building citizens' safety and security, focusing on crime prevention and mitigation.
We invite you to save the date and join us on World Peace Day, Tuesday, September 21 and Wednesday, September 22.
The United Nations Security Council Resolution 2250 on youth, peace and security says young women and young men have a critical role in promoting and maintaining international peace and security.
We can and we do play active roles as agents of positive and constructive change.
We believe that youth should play a strategic role in crime prevention and mitigation.
And not just consulting us for our ideas, but have us play a more active role in policy implementation and execution.
Our Youth Summit on Crime and Violence is our contribution to national discussion and action.
Save the date. Join the movement.
For day one, our young people, those 11 youth groups, will be sharing of their interventions, all their stories and the accomplishments thus far. On day two, which is a very special day to me, will be the development challenge. Now, for my young people watching right now, you can get involved with this challenge. All you need to do is to go onto our website, Ready, Set, Great JA, and to sign up to become a part of a 5-member team where you'll be able to compete on the second day of the event live, and for judges to assess you and determine how good your solution is in advancing citizen safety and security in your
fulfillment of Sustainable Development Goal 16, which is peace, justice, and strong institutions. I urge you to register for the summit and to sign up for the Development Challenge scheduled for World Peace Day on September 21st and September 22nd. Let's give them our support, our respect, and our time.
The Statistical Institute of Jamaica, STATIN, says for July 2021, all Jamaica Consumer Price Index, CPI, was 111.4, indicating an inflation rate of 1.5%. STATIN, in a release, says the movement in the CPI was largely due to an increase of 2.3% in the index for the heavily weighted food and non-alcoholic beverages division. Here's more in this report. According to the release, housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels index increased by 1.3%, restaurant and accommodation services by 3.2%, and transport by 0.8%. Increase in the index for food and non-alcoholic beverages division was due to the upward movement of 7.0% in the index for the class vegetables, tubers, plantains, cooking, bananas, and pulses. Higher prices for meals consumed away from home was the main contributor to the increase in the index for the division restaurant and accommodation services, while the increases in the index for the transport division was mainly attributed to increased toll charges. The increase in the housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels division is being attributed mainly to high electricity, sewage, and water rates. STATIN says the point-to-point inflation rate July 2020 to July 2021 was 5.3%. The fiscal year-to-date inflation rate was 3.4%, while the calendar year-to-date inflation rate was 3.8% for the review period. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, measures changes in the general level of prices of consumer goods and services purchased by private households. Late business mogul Gordon Butch Stewart was on Monday inducted into the Caribbean Media Hall of Fame. This took place at a virtual ceremony at the start of the 52nd Annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union. Stewart, who died on January 4 earlier this year, was lauded for his contribution to media organizations such as the Express newspaper and the Caribbean Communications Network in Trinidad and Tobago. He was also chairman of the Jamaica Observer. Current executive chairman of Sandals Resorts, Adam Stewart, accepted the honor on behalf of his late father. We now get our daily market updates from Gabriel Thompson in this quick business report.
In Monday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index advanced by 438 points to close at over 419,000 units. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 88 stocks, of which 38 advanced, 41 declined, and 9 traded firm. The Junior Market Index advanced by 35 points to close at over 3,000 units. Stocks advanced for Barita Investments Limited, Berger Paints Jamaica Limited, and Cargo Handlers Limited. Stocks declined for 1834 Investments Limited, CAC 2000 9.5% preference shares, and Caribbean Cement Company Limited. Trading firm were Community and Workers of Jamaica CCU Deferred Share, Derrimon Trading Company Limited, and JMMB Group 7.25% preference shares. Barita Investments Limited was the volume leader with over 19 million units, followed by Fossrich Company Limited with over 1.3 million units and Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited with over 3.3 million units. In foreign exchange trading for Monday, August 16, the US dollar sold for an average $155.08. The Canadian dollar ended trading at $124.33. The pound sterling traded for $215.09, and the euro sold for an average $184.33. In market data for oil, Brent crude futures decreased 0.70% to settle at $69.02 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate crude shed 0.97% at $66.64 a barrel. And on that note, we close this edition of the Business Report Inside the News on PBCJ. I'm Gabrielle Thompson. Pleasant viewing.
Over now to regional news. The highly contagious Delta variant of the coronavirus has been confirmed in St. Lucia. Health officials in a media briefing expressed upon the public the importance of vaccination against the more menacing strain of the virus. More details in this HTS News Force report.
So we have received the last batch of results from the Caribbean Public Health Agency, and they've noted that we have 6 new cases of the variants of concern. 3 of the cases are the Alpha variant, and we have noted 3 new Delta cases in country. These are the first Delta variant cases that we have recorded in country.
Significant severity of the COVID-19 disease, 100% more viral load, and 97% more transmissible. And now, the Delta variant has been confirmed here in St. Lucia.
So imagine we were managing a 24 to 70% more transmissible. Now we have a 97% more transmissible with the Delta variant that we are managing now. It is known to cause more severe disease, hospitalization, as well as increased ICU admission and death.
According to health officials, the playbook for the virus is now out the window, given that the virus has evolved and now poses a dangerous threat to not only the elderly and immune-compromised, but healthy and unvaccinated individuals.
With the Delta variant, we see a younger age group being affected. We see a younger age group getting complications. And we are already seeing this at the respiratory hospital, where we are getting younger persons. Some of them do not have chronic conditions. Some of them are healthy persons getting affected, and this is the effect of the Delta variant in most of the countries that it is impacting.
The quick-moving virus also has implications for contact tracing efforts by the Ministry of Health.
We do have a definition as to what a contact is when we do contact tracing. and it is based on the contact time with a positive case. Because of the viral load of the Delta variant, it means it takes a shorter time period in which you can become positive if you are in contact with someone who is positive.
The Delta variant has been dubbed the virus of the unvaccinated, given its impact on the cluster.
It affects the unvaccinated persons more severely. This is being seen both in the region and internationally. So we are seeing, for us, we still have 100% unvaccinated persons at our respiratory hospital. The rest of the region is seeing a similar trend.
The vaccines are, however, over 75% effective in preventing severe illness in individuals.
What we have noted in country, with the AstraZeneca vaccine that we are using, it has protected. We have not had anyone who is fully vaccinated being hospitalized or died of COVID-19. So this is extremely important for persons to put the importance of vaccination in context.
According to Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sharon Belmar-George, the tried and true public health protocols of mask wearing alone will not cut it.
Just observing the public health measures, it is not enough at the stage that we are. The severity of the Delta variant, like Nurse Jean-Baptiste indicated, the way that we secure our population, we have to get to as high a level of immunization as possible if we are to reduce the impact at this point. We are at the most critical point. A level of sacrifice is needed over the next 2 weeks. We need to break the transmission rate that we are seeing within our communities. So saying you won't take the vaccine and just use your mask is not enough.
The goalpost for population immunity, given the introduction of the Delta variant into St. Lucia, has now moved from 75% to 90% vaccination. The 3 confirmed cases of the Delta variant in country comprises 2 U.S. nationals and 1 St. Lucian, one of whom was fully vaccinated. The Ministry of Health now hurriedly looks to conduct stakeholder consultations planned for next week to discuss, amongst other things, public transportation measures, quarantine measures, and the gnawing issue of mandatory vaccination to gain control of the situation that has placed the island on the verge of critical mass, with currently 30% hospital capacity. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.
In Trinidad and Tobago, the Ministries of Health and Education have outlined the COVID-19 vaccination plan for children who fall into the 12 to 18 age group. During Monday's Ministry of Health virtual media conference, Minister of Health Terence Dayal-Singh confirmed the vaccination rollout for children in this category will begin on Wednesday. Crystal Wilson reports.
No appointments necessary. This from the Minister of Health, Terence Dayal-Singh, as he listed the 14 centers where children can get inoculated against the COVID-19 virus starting this Wednesday. Last week, Trinidad and Tobago received 305,370 doses of Pfizer vaccines. It's the only vaccine approved by the World Health Organization for children ages 12 and over. On Monday, the Minister of Health explained the Ministry of Health's latest vaccination rollout is open to children in that age group.
If you are 12 to 18 and in school, it's open to you. If you are 12 to 18, you are not in school, it is open to you. If you are 12 to 18, you're a child of a migrant, whether you're a Venezuelan migrant, whatever, it is open to you.
Minister Dayal-Singh said only one parent or guardian will be accommodated per child to be vaccinated.
To manage crowds, we are asking that one parent per child or per household, if you have 2 or more children in that age group, one parent come in with the minor. That will help us manage crowds and help us maintain social distancing.
Adults accompanying children for vaccination are asked to bring proper identification as well as the child's birth certificate to ensure the vaccination process runs smoothly. Among the 14 vaccination centers for inoculation of children are the Heliport Chagaramas, the Costad Campus Napa, the Diwali Nagar and the Pleasantville Technology Center MIC San Fernando. Information on all vaccination sites for the 12 to 18 category are available on both the Education and Health Ministry's social media platforms and websites. Crystal Wilson, TTT News.
CARICOM has a new Secretary General. The first woman and first Belizean in the post, Dr. Carla Barnett, was on Monday sworn in, and CARICOM Chairman, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, warmly received her. Ursel Charles Jr. reports.
Dr. Carla Barnett has been sworn in as the new Secretary General of CARICOM today. She, who hails from Belize, is an economist by profession and has previously served in the capacities of Deputy Secretary of CARICOM and Deputy Governor of the Central Bank. She says she fully recognizes the enormity of the task.
Chair, I begin my tenure with no misapprehensions about the severity of the challenges that our community faces economically, socially, environmentally, and financially. The thrust to build resilience against the existential threat of climate change in all its dimensions, and the urgency of constructing a recovery from the adverse effects of the COVID-19 pandemic demand our continued focused energy.
She's already outlined target areas.
We cannot afford to neglect youth unemployment, which has led the explosion of the jobless in the wake of COVID-19. A troubling rise in crime, especially violent crime in the home and on the streets. The need to strengthen food security, reduce the incidence of non-communicable diseases, and more effectively address the issue of blacklisting.
Chairman Brown has also pledged his commitment to working alongside Dr. Barnett to accomplish the aims of the community.
On behalf of all the member states and on behalf of the CARICOM heads of government, and with my best wishes as chairman, I pray for your successful term in office, and I welcome you to the position of CARICOM Secretary General. As you rejoin this noble endeavor of Caribbean integration, I know that you bring vast expertise and experience to this position.
She replaces outgoing Secretary General Ambassador Urban LaRock, also an economist, who's served the Caribbean community since 2011.
As you take the urgent and impactful issues that confront our community on a day-to-day basis, as you tackle them, I want you to know that your chairman stands with you at all times. I look forward to your sage advice, and I undertake to place myself at your disposal at all times.
She replaces outgoing Secretary General Ambassador Urban LaRock, also an economist, who's served the Caribbean community since 2011.
In sports, we go to athletics. Logistical challenges which have arisen due to COVID-19 has resulted in the start date of the World Under-20 Championships in Nairobi, Kenya being moved from August 17 to Wednesday, August 18, 2021. The championships, which will now begin on August 18 and conclude on August 22, will feature some of Jamaica's rising athletic stars. Our reporter Marlon Samuels now presents the first of a limited series called Meet Our Athletes.
My name is Akeelia Smith, and I will be participating in the triple jump.
Akeelia Smith is among a large contingent of athletes who left Jamaica for Nairobi to compete in the World Under-20 Championships, which starts Wednesday, August 18. A personal best and a World Under-20 second best, 13.24 meters by Akeelia Smith, puts her among the top medal contenders at the championship.
I want to go out there, get a new PB, hopefully I hit the 14-meter mark and set myself up for university.
She hopes to leap to victory.
Your country is expecting you to come back with the at least the third medal, the bronze medal, but I know I can go out there and I can make my country proud, and that's the best thing I can hope for right now.
For the news on PBCJ, I am Marlon Samuels.
And that's our package. You have just watched the news on PBCJ, the People's Station.